Okay, so we were discussing the primary uterine inertia and secondary uterine inertia, right? So primary means contraction has not yet begun. Okay, and then there is no discharge, there is no sign of pain, discomfort, anything. The pH is quite normal, right? Second uterine inertia means the maybe delivery of one or two fetuses has done, or three has done, or there was discharge, there was pain, discomfort, there was straining by the beach. Okay, and she had given birth to one or two fetus or three fetus, or she has not given a single birth to a single fetus as well, but there is continuous straining in between, and then some discharge, pain, sign of pain and discomfort was there, and after certain period, now she has become quiet. Now there is no discharge, there is there is no discomfort, there is no any sign of straining, okay, or pain or anything. Now the animal is, the beach is behaving very normal. So this is secondary uterine inertia, means starting during starting phase it has normal uterine contraction and everything that represents the normal perspiration, but now it has become quiet. Okay, so this is the difference between primary and secondary uterine inertia. Okay, and actually it becomes during if suppose litter size is more, and suppose the 10 fetuses are there, the animal has given birth to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the uterus becomes exhausted. Okay, so that is one such reason. Then third is abnormal position of uterus itself. Suppose torsion of uterus is there, or there is herniation. Okay, what is hernia? Okay, so in broader term, there is slippage or accommodation of any body cavity or any organ from a unnatural or uh, you know uh, lacerated area or unnatural opening. So this is called hernia. So suppose uterus has gone to somewhere in peritoneal cavity or somewhere else due to some cavity like opening or unnatural opening. Okay, so this is that also causes dystocia. Okay, then uterine rupture is there. So uterine muscle has to contract and then they has to expel the fetus, but there is rupture now. It cannot put strength. Then uterine neoplasia, as I told you, suppose growth is there, overgrowth uh, of any, in suppose in vaginal canal there is overgrowth. Now the the diameter of the canal, the passes, the birth, this vaginal canal passage is obliterated by overgrowth. Okay, so that also causes dystocia because it will not allow the fetus to come out. Then some adhesion is there, placentitis is there. Adhesion means suppose chronic this injury is there. Suppose any injury had happened to the animal and it is not getting healed. So over a period of time, there will be adhesion. The organs will adhere to some body cavity, some one or two body cavity. Another organ or body cavity. Okay, so because these are adhesion was there, so it will not move. The contraction will be hampered. So this is one another such reason. Some another condition mean diaphragmatic hernia is there. You know what is diaphragmatic hernia. Then tracheal rupture, so it is not in position to put pressure. Then pain, fever, fear, you know uh, pain and fever and body discomfort other than labor pain will hamper the natural parturition mechanism. Then fear is one such example. Excessive fear means the secretion of adrenaline and non-adrenaline will be there, and then animal other secretions and other process will be hampered. Then drugs, suppose progesterone. I told you one example. Suppose you had given progesterone, now it will delay the process of parturition, or delay, even it will lead to over gestation. Some anesthetic agents we had given, the muscle relaxant you had given. So muscle relaxant means it will not allow the contraction in uterus. Okay, then suppose muscle weakness is there due to the animal is debilitated, it is ill due to chronic disease, muscle wasting, or suppose the nutrition was not proper. Okay, so protein requirement was not proper, and then this lead to muscle weakness. Then obesity, I told you, perivaginal fat, like you are giving much more than prescribed food. Okay, because of your love affection to your pet. So again, it is fatal to the animal, especially to the bitch. Okay, suppose environment where the animal is there, it is not proper, the animal is very nervous, frightened, so again it will lead to dystocia. So these factors are very important, you have to remember. And while attending a dystocia case, especially in case of bitch, you have to consider all these factors, you have to investigate while writing your history. Okay, normally we don't do this, but it has to be practiced. Okay, now there is stats like 40 to 72% common cause of dystocia in canine is due to this uterine inertia. Okay, now we'll see uterine complete primary uterine inertia means stage 2 is failed, nothing came out. I told you, I explained you earlier, so there is no need to reread these all. Okay, now coming to diagnosis, we'll see uh, fast. Mm, so you will see that we'll do the examination of dam. Okay, so progesterone or LH, what are the sign of parturition in case of canine? You will see a temperature drop, you will see the uh, fall in progesterone level. So yeah, you can go for checking these things. Temperature you can monitor every day. Suppose the pet has completed 58 days from now onwards, 59, 50 and 68 days onwards, you can take temperature morning and evening. Suppose 1 degree fall is there, means definitely within 24 to 48 hours there may be a chance of parturition. Okay, so you'll see vaginal discharge as well. Suppose vaginal discharge has not came or it is frequent within 2 to 3 hours and still the fetus is not coming, then it is a alarming sign. Suppose there is no such vaginal discharge, again it is an alarming sign. So you will correlate with other signs. Okay, suppose first stage started. Okay, now there is suppose it gave birth to 1 or 2 puppy, now there is still it is not in position um, to expel the fetus, and suppose 6 to 8 or 10 hours has passed. So again that gives us some sort of diagnostic approach, like okay, अभी तो 2 बच्चे हुए या 2 फीटस हुए, उसके बाद 6 से 8 घंटे हो गया, अभी तक कुछ नहीं हुआ. सो हमारे दिमाग में एक बार कहीं ना कहीं ये जाना चाहिए कि मे बी ए चांस ऑफ सेकेंडरी यूट्राइन इनर्शिया, राइट. सो सपोज abdominal. Okay, so suppose the bitch is giving very strong abdominal contraction, contraction बहुत तेज हो रहा है, और उसके बाद भी आप हाफ एन आवर हो गए और अभी तक कोई डिलीवरी नहीं हुई, कोई यील्डिंग नहीं हुई. सो अगेन यू कैन मेक अ डिसीजन कि समथिंग इज रॉन्ग विद द फीटल पोजीशन. Suppose fetuses are coming out and then last within 12 hours there is no such progression. Okay, ये तो सेकंड स्टेज का हुआ. सपोज 1 या 2 फीटस होने के बाद 6 से 8 घंटे या 12 घंटे तक कुछ नहीं आया. एक और कंडीशन, पार्चुरेशन स्टार्ट हुआ उसके बाद 24 घंटे तक कोई प्रोग्रेशन नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं, ना ये कोई डिस्चार्ज आया, ना ही कोई एब्डोमिनल साइन आए, ना कुछ आए. वहां पर एक आप डायग्नोसिस कर सकते हो, प्राइमरी यूट्राइन इनर्शिया के बारे में सोच सकते हो. ओके, suppose through vagina you are getting a membrane hanging out. What it shows means either the fetus has delivered or still it is stuck in between. Okay, now you, after seeing all these factors, you will see कि systemic illness भी है क्या, suppose fever, pyrexia, this anorexia. Okay, ये सारी चीजें आप करोगे, पल्स रेट, रेस्पिरेशन रेट, सारे कुछ को एक एक पैरामीटर लेकर के, क्लिनिकल पैरामीटर लेकर, नाउ यू विल कोरिलेट विद द अदर साइंस. ओके, रेडियोग्राफ से आप एक डायग्नोसिस करोगे. ओके, सो यू विल सी द diameter of head, and you can even correlate the size of pelvic, this pelvic diameter, pelvimetry you can perform. You can make a decision that okay, the diameter of head is this much, the pelvic inlet diameter is this much, so it is there in any position or any chance of coming out, or suppose disparity is there, तो accordingly आप cesarean के लिए सोचोगे, right? सपोज एक स्कल या दूसरे बॉडी बोन्स एक दूसरे के ऊपर ओवरराइड कर रहे हैं, तो वहां पे आप एक अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि मे बी fetuses are not alive. Suppose dead fetus is there, so the natural processing is very very difficult. Okay, so अब fetal death के लिए आप रेडियोग्राफ से तो ऐसे देख सकते हो, ओवरराइडिंग एक दूसरे के ऊपर अगर स्कल है या बॉडी पार्ट है. दूसरा एक अच्छा तरीका है आपके पास कि आप अल्ट्रासोनोग्राफिक एग्जामिनेशन करें, फीटल हार्ट रेट और फीटल मूवमेंट को वॉच करें. यू सी अल्ट्रासोनोग्राफिक इवेल्युएशन in this condition also you can see you can measure the fetal head size. सेम जैसा आप रेडियोग्राफी के साथ करते हो वैसे यहाँ पे भी पेल्विमेट्री करके आप देख सकते हो कि क्या बच्चा नॉर्मल आ सकता है, या अगर पेल्विक डायमीटर कम है, बच्चे का हेड का मेजरमेंट ज्यादा है, तो वी कैन स्ट्रेट अवे गो फॉर सिजेरियन सेक्शन. ओके, सो क्लिनिकल एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ विच, क्या क्या क्लिनिकल एग्जामिनेशन करेंगे? You want to continue or you want this to be shifted in other class? अगर बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो other class में कर देंगे, right? But you should be in position to understand everything. Okay? करना है आज ही?
सर दूसरी क्लास ले लीजिएगा सर.
सर बहुत फास्ट हो रहा है सर.
Okay. Right.